when you start digging into the oxalates, it's so nefarious because this is all the health foods. This is all the leafy greens and the nuts and all the things you're like, well, this is what thought I was supposed to eat. And now you're telling me that there's a problem with spinach? Popeye ate spinach. How could Popeye have steered me wrong for so many years? And
may I tell you a little history of all that?
Oh, please do.
Okay. I used to be able, there were certain studies that you could just download off of PubMed. And then some of the journals decided to restrict the ones that they used to not restrict. But one of the studies that I found, two of the studies I found, were in the Journal of Nutrition, which is, your standard journal that all of the people that study that, publish in and have for just probably 100 years. I don't know. I don't remember how old they are, but anyway, so I found these two studies that were from the 1930s, and they were very simply designed. They took two groups of rats, and they fed them all a basal diet, which had, a whole bunch of stuff in it. But they wanted to supply the calcium by some kind of green. Okay. And so in one group, they used spinach. In the other group, they used turnip greens, or another study actually had a whole bunch of things like kale and whatever. And so they knew the oxalate content of all of these different greens. And so what they did is they found that the ones that they served spinach daily, like this is just a regular part of their diet, they grew to half their size. Get that.
Wow.
The rats could not grow farther than half their size. Now, not only that did they find, they also found they couldn't reproduce. There was one set of pups that was made, and the mother instantly ate them.
Wow. That's the spinach group.
This is in the spinach group.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then they also looked at their bones, and there was no mineral in their bones. They could just go like this with their bones because their teeth did not calcify. There were so many problems in these rats where this happened to. And, when I saw that study, of course I was excited about it because I was studying oxalate, and I thought, oh my gosh, here's the proof. Because they didn't do anything except feed them. That's all they did. There was nothing in the study besides just feeding them food, okay? And these rats were so messed up when they were fed spinach every day. And I hear of people doing spinach smoothies 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And so we're doing this because of marketing. Now, when I looked at the date of that study, it was in 1938 and 1939. Guess when Popeye started to talk about spinach?
Oh man, I feel like it's going to be in the 1940s.
Late 1930s and early 1940s. That's
wow.
When suddenly it was a attempt to defend the market. And I have this picture of this graph of spinach consumption in the U.S. And in the 1940s, it was huge. And then it went down and dipped down into 1970s, which was when I was in high school. And then it started to creep up again. And now it's probably as high as it was in the 40s, if not higher. I don't know. I don't think they're saying yet it's as high as it was in the 40s.
That's interesting.
Why did it slough off like that? We are so subject to marketing. I think that's one of the things we need to go, oh my gosh, was that just marketing? Was the reason?
So are you saying then that after they did that study, the people at, I don't know, Big Spinach saw that, okay, there's some bad press going on with spinach. So how are we going to sell more spinach? They got Popeye. Popeye is talking about eating spinach straight out of the can. No preparation, just straight out the can. He's getting his big muscles, and he's strong, and he's ripped. You know, he's not just like big, bulky muffin top strong like we see a lot of dudes walking around with now. Like, he's got big, fat arms and a slender waist, and he looks good for a sailor, right? And then you're saying at that point, that's when spinach went up, and then as Popeye became less popular, it went down, and now with really the rise of kind of the modern day, you know, health niche, I'd say like online
Where
health influencer.
Where are they getting that information? What they're advertising to us, who are they presenting studies to you? No, just every cooking show on TV starts having spinach. Why do you think they do that? It's marketing. So how much are we going to let ourselves be led around by marketing? I mean,
right.
We really need to find out what the facts are. And obviously people in the 40s weren't looking for facts. They were just paying attention to a sailor man. What does a sailor man know about nutrition anyway?
I thought sailors just pulled into port and then drank a bunch of beer and went to whorehouses. And, you know, I didn't realize they were sitting around eating spinach all day, but, you know, my history could be a little off.
I don't think it is.